All right, one's been in, one has not. When you see it come across the screen and all that you've worked for to get to this point, what was your initial reaction, and how do you feel right now after a tough day yesterday?
Just a kind of a sense of relief, just seeing your name going across the board. It was a little long, but just took a little bit. But just a sense of relief and just kind of a sense of confidence as well. Being such a high seed at 4, probably the highest seed I've been since I've been here. So just a relief and a sense of confidence.
After 5 years, for the first time, I'm being it. I'm proud of this team. It's been a long way. It's a whole new team, and then we got to gel together and, have a quick turnaround. But, yeah, I'm definitely excited for the first time, especially representing Maryland in a tournament.
Julian, you coming back and you staying so long, this was one of those moments that you probably were waiting around for, something where everything came together, a high seed, Maryland being, so highly touted. What does it mean to you, not this whole season, but right now, going into this last March for you?
It means a lot. Like you said, I've been here all 4 years, and just seeing that paid off, sticking to my guns, paying off, and just staying here and staying home, paying off. It just means a lot, and I'm just grateful for it.
Hey guys, obviously with this being essentially do or die time for you, how do you balance, having fun and embracing the moment, taking it for what it is, but then also realizing like this is business, you got to get done?
Just taking it by day, of course we are excited to be in it, but at the same time, we're just trying to stay together as much as we can, and, just trying to live day by day instead of worry about what's the next thing. So, yeah, we just live in the moment.
Guys, what did Coach say to you after you see Maryland versus Grand Canyon Friday? You're going to Seattle. What was the message like?
He basically let us know, like yesterday really doesn't matter. Just in the past now. Just look at the season we're in. At least you be confident, be proud of that. And he just instilling confidence into the whole team. And basically telling the message was be locked into practice tomorrow and just bring it with that chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, same thing. Just told us we're just getting started, Like I said, we're excited to be here, and then we're going to keep working.
Question for both the players. 8 teams from the Big Ten, second most, for any conference next to the SEC. What does it mean to have been battle tested and playing a lot of teams during the last couple months that you're going to be seeing over the next few weeks?
It means a lot. It's a very skillful conference that we're in. It's a very, very competitive conference that we're in. Just to see this so high is just a blessing, and just, like I said, a reflection of our hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, same thing. One of the best leagues in the country. The reason why I came here too, to compete at this level, and yeah, just excited to be a 4th seed.
And Julian, biggest lesson you learned 2 years ago in the tournament that will help you this March?
Kind of just staying together, and looking past rankings. I feel like if we do that, we'll be good.
Yeah, that was kind of my question. What do you remember about that experience 2 years ago, and how long did it stay with you?
We got what I remember from the last time I was in the tournament was just playing it, taking it one game at a time. I feel like we was kind of so hell bent on the win against West Virginia. We was kind of celebrating that a little bit, and we weren't focused on the next. And I feel like now we take a different approach to that. We'll be good this tournament.
And Selton, you came here to be a part of this right here. The sense of accomplishment for you and this team, the fact that you're on the precipice of this big dance.
Like I said, for my last year, I wanted to be in the dance. That's why I chose Maryland. It's the culture. And I knew since the summer we would make this far. I knew, because I saw the talent on the team, and the way we got together, because most of the times off the court, it matters too, being together off the court. So we did pretty well in that part, and, we're just going to take day by day and then live in the moment.
This question is for both of you, but Juju, you were saying Coach Willard was talking about, kind of letting this last game go that you guys just played. But given that game, some of the close games that you guys have lost, how do you make that into an edge going in this tournament? And and try to finish some of these games out?
We kind of do it by like bringing us together. Something about like this, the stat where the last 4 games is buzzer beaters and whatever. But those last 4 games, I think we've won like consecutive games after those as well. So we kind of just use that as momentum and as a chip on our shoulder. And I feel like we're gonna do that this time again.
Over and over, Coach said to us in the media, Julian, that you're the only person who's faced a lot of this because you've been around for so long. You being a leader this time around, for a lot of the guys who probably haven't been in a tournament or haven't felt this experience, what's that like for you, knowing that there's an understanding that you have this calm that the others don't because you've been in this before?
Yeah, that's very important to me. Just being a guy that everybody can lean on. It doesn't have to be on a stat sheet all the time. Just being the best player I can be and do whatever I can do for the team to win, like rebound, block shots, things like that. And just doing things, the little things that other guys don't do or other guys aren't doing that on a certain day. Some guys' shots may not be falling. My shots falling. My shots may not be falling. It's the other way around. And I feel like if I keep doing that, then we'll go far.
You guys seem extremely chill at this point. Was there, I mean, when the bracket was first announced, was there any eruption of emotion, or is this just kind of like what you guys expected for this team?
It was a little bit of both. We kind of knew, we knew for sure we were in the tournament, but, it's just a reflection of our hard work. We know the work we put in, the teams we've beaten, and the stuff we've proven. So it's kind of like a let's go, but like lock in at the same time.
Yeah, same. Just excited, The one thing about that is just the location. We're going all the way to Washington, but everything else we happy about it, so we good. We did, but it's a long flight.
I did want to ask you guys that. Does that make your work a little more difficult, having to go that far?
I don't think so. But I'm not everybody, so I'm kind of.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, it don't matter. I just don't like planes.
That wasn't the best road trip, though? Is that in your mind at all, going back there?
Yeah, I feel like the guys that didn't play as well as they wanted to, they're kind of playing with that chip on their shoulder and they want to prove themselves over there.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, I'll have Coach on shortly. Okay.
Rory made that part.
Yeah, I saw that. I can't get back to this. Try and get back.
Thanks, Chief. Appreciate that.
What's up, How you doing?
Well, Coach, after a tough day yesterday to get the news today, I mean, it's a nice little turnaround for you guys. What all of you have accomplished this year, what's your initial reaction to the fact that you're back in the dance and you got your squad?
Excited. Obviously disappointed with how we ended the game and really how we played. We didn't play overly well yesterday, but I thought Michigan played really well. But for this group to sacrifice, a lot of guys had to sacrifice roles to come together, to put this team together in 2 weeks, and for them to kind of, come together and get back into the big dance. It's exciting.
And a guy like Julian, who's been with you the whole way, your thoughts on him being able to do this again?
Yeah, I mean, it's what we talked about. It's what we talked about at the beginning of this year. That was his goal. He wanted to graduate from Maryland, and he wanted to help us get back to the big dance. And obviously, anybody that's watched us all year realizes that he's as big a reason for that as anything.
How hard is it for you, just as a competitor, to have to flush yesterday and just keep it moving?
It got flushed at 5 o'clock. I haven't slept yet, and it was hard because it's our fourth one in a row. The way we've lost, I'd almost rather get blown out, to be honest with you. To fight back from being down 15, to take the lead, and then obviously have some defensive breakdowns at the end. But as my wife said, she goes, once 5 o'clock, you got to recognize and you got to be ready to be excited about the second season. And 5 o'clock hit, I let it go. I'm super excited now, and I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about going out west. I think it's, we've done it once before, so I'm excited to get back out there again.
What, if anything, will you take from that mid-season road trip to the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, I think the only thing we're going to change a little bit is our travel time. We got out there really late last time, and I thought the next day would kind of affect us a little bit. But as far as going out there, I think it's what's great about the Big Ten Conference is, we've been out west. We've traveled out there. So this is not new. This is nothing that we have to adjust to. The guys are excited about it. Seattle's a great town. So to get this opportunity to go back out there again, I think it's a great opportunity for us.
Kevin, a 4-seed, are you surprised? Did you guys think that maybe you had a shot at getting a 3?
No, I think the Michigan game kind of knocked us off the 3 line. I think if we had gotten to the finals against Wisconsin, I think we would have had a good shot for a 3. But again, I'm not complaining about 4. I think it's a great opportunity for us.
Also, 8 Big Ten schools made the field. A couple were just on the outside of the bracket. Your thoughts on?
Yeah, I haven't dove into it yet, but Indiana definitely deserved to be into the tournament. I think the job Mike did, rallying his team, the way they played at the end of the year, winning at Michigan State, home versus Purdue. I think it's tough. I think Indiana deserved to be in.
Just quick thoughts on Grand Canyon. Anything you know about them? How much you'll obviously dive into scouting these next few days?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce is a heck of a coach. I'm pretty sure, I don't want to mess this up because, again, we just got over here. It's his 3rd straight into the tournament. They play fast. They've been there before. The best thing I know about it is I have tremendous respect for how good of a coach Bryce is.
Kevin, sorry if I'm jumping the gun here a bit, but there's a report that you're looking into a contract extension with Maryland.
Yeah, I'm not. Right now, what I can tell you is Damon Evans and I, he hired me. We're on the same page of what we want to do for this program, what we want to do for this university. His focus and my focus are exactly the same. So our focus right now is strictly the NCAA tournament and this team. But all I can say to that is that me and Damon are on the same page, and we always have been.
I'll spin a question a little bit. I mean, obviously, your attention is focused on this tournament ahead, but are you kind of hoping that what you guys do this year maybe sets a tone for what you want the program to do and what you want the standard to be?
No, I think the way this team played this year has kind of set the standard. And even I would say my first-year team was the way Jameer played. Dante Scott just FaceTimed me. He was in tears about how happy he was. I think I've set the culture here. I love our culture. I love our work ethic. I love that there's so many kids that want to come play for us, that we're turning kids down. So, I like where this program is. I love where the program's going. I love the kids we have in it. March doesn't necessarily define that, but we definitely want to take on March.
Kevin, obviously this is not your first tournament. What has worked well for you in the past as far as prepping a team for?
If you ask everybody, nothing. I've learned a lot. This conference has made me a much better coach. It's interesting, as you get older, even though I'm 49, I was still the 3rd youngest coach in this league. To go through this league 3 times now, especially with the other 4 teams we added. Like Dana plays very fast, but plays zone. Mick you're going to grind it out. USC, you're going to see 5, 6, 7 guys on there. To win at Indiana, beat Wisconsin. The amount of styles that you play against in the Big Ten is really what makes this conference so unique. You're going to see Chris Collins. You're going to go home and have to take an ice bath. Same thing with Rutgers. And then we have teams that play really fast. This conference has forced me. Not that I've never tried not to. I always try to get better every year. But this conference has forces you to become a better coach. If not, you will get leveled. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's so many good teams. There's so many good players. And there's so many good coaches. So I think the biggest thing for me is, as I've gotten older, is understanding how to attack the NCAA tournament a little bit better. Trying to build your roster. I think the Big Ten forces you to build your roster in a much different way than maybe I would have in the past, just because of the physicality, the size, the speed, the depth. So I think you're better prepared just by being in this conference.
And getting your team ready for the tournament, what becomes more important this week as far as the little nuances, managing a program, getting things in?
No, I think the biggest thing is I do have a lot of guys that have never been in the NCAA tournament. That's why I love the NCAA tournament. Today was, we're sitting over at the hall, and I'm looking at all these guys, and I mean, Derek Queen was like a fat kid in the chocolate factory. I mean, he was so giddy and so excited. And Selton's been in college, Jay's been in college, and never been there. I mean, to see their excitement, I think I'm going to really bottle that up and let them understand. But we're also still a little pissed off at how we played against Michigan. So we're going to have a little. Am I allowed to say that?
Sure.
We're not live, are we?
No.
Yeah. Don't give me the opportunity to go somewhere else, because my language gets really bad. Okay. But I mean, we got a little bit of an edge to us too. We got something to prove, because we just didn't. We're really a bad taste in how we just ended up and played the other day.
Kevin, ask the players. I mean, by the time they came in here, they seemed extremely calm and even with everything they said about this. I mean, did you kind of get the sense that fairly early in the season, this team knew how good it could be, that they knew they could get to this point, that they had that sort of self-assurance about them?
Yeah, this team, and they're extremely confident in their individual skills, but I think we've talked a lot about, as a staff and as a team together, about the importance of having a team attitude, and I think these guys have built a very strong team attitude where they believe in each other and they're going to work for each other. And I started seeing it. The biggest change I saw in this team was after the Ohio State loss. It's the second buzzer beater. We just come off Northwestern. And they bounced back, and we got on a roll. And then Michigan State happens, and then these guys could have folded up after Michigan State. And when you go at Penn State and get a win that we had to get, and then we went, where did we go after Penn State? Oh, Michigan, and win at Michigan. So I think this team has developed, some of the setbacks that we've had, the 4 buzzer beaters, the tough loss at Purdue, I think it's helped kind of sharpen their attitude more than anything.
And then what was your immediate message to them, after they see the matchup on the board, after they see the bracket go up? What did you say to them?
I told them 2 things. I said I was extremely proud of them to come together in this era with the portal, having only technically 1 starter back, adding a freshman, Rodney, who hadn't played in a year, Jacoby coming up, a big Selton. I told them I was extremely proud of the way they come, and I told them to enjoy it. When you're an at-large team, I say this every year, when you're an at-large team, you're pretty much saying that you've had one of the 30 best seasons in college basketball, and that you're a really good basketball team. And to understand how it's not easy to become an at-large team, and to be ranked 11th in the country for the last 2 or 3 weeks to get that 4 seed, I told them to enjoy it and get ready to get to work tomorrow.
Kevin, I know we talked about the productivity of the starting lineup so much, but also, a lot of teams, you'd figure they'll be tightening up rotations. I mean, do you feel like the way your team is built and with the starting lineup that you guys have had, this is kind of particularly good environment for this team to thrive?
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about it till I'm blue in the face. We're unique in that I have 5 guys that need to get the basketball, which is a really good thing, because at any night someone can get you. But our bench has given us great energy. I mean, you look at what Jordan Geronimo did against Illinois, him coming in, just changing the whole complexion of the game. Jay gave us great minutes. I think the continuity of the starting five is really good. I don't have to worry about what I'm going to get from that starting five. And you really do tighten your rotation this time of year just because the TV timeouts become almost 4 minutes. I mean, it's amazing how long the TV timeouts are. So I do think that with this rotation, what we have and the way the bench is, that we're in pretty good position.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Sweet 16 of the College Club?
Yes, you can, because I'll be there with you.